Hey, it's Billy. How you doing? I hope everyone's doing okay. I just want to discuss one or two things today, and a couple things I think are the most discouraging with adult ADHD, and I'm really curious as to whether this is, for women as well, but for me, and please share, comment, because, I want to know what you're thinking or what discourages you in your life, but don't dwell on it. I'm not trying to be depressing, but I think three things for me is, number one is just thinking about things I want to accomplish and haven't been able to, things I've tried to accomplish, business startups that I didn't finish and couldn't be consistent with. And I think a lot of it has to do with consistency, because another thing, number two, and these aren't in any order, but is the effect that adult ADHD has on relationships is devastating. But back to just is, that's the bottom line. It can work. I'm not saying it can't work, but it's really hard. And then the other thing is, once again, let me just get back to that first one. Just thinking about things that, we couldn't accomplish that we tried. Have you ever had anything that you really, really tried to do? You really wanted to do, and you couldn't do it because you either got on to something else, you weren't consistent enough, or, there was something that involved lots and lots of concentration, and it just was too much, I've been there. I've definitely been there, and I still am sometimes when I go to complete some projects. So, but the third thing, and again, these aren't in any order, they're all devastating, is memory. Just not remembering things. Not remembering things to me is just so heartbreaking, because it's just heartbreaking is the first two. Remembering precious memories with family, or just good times, or things that you have to remember for work, or for your relationship, or for your bills. Again, it's devastating. I'm not sure. So those are the three things, and consistency can be a fourth thing, really, because it doesn't affect memory. It does affect relationships. It does affect projects a lot of times, and work. So just give me your thoughts, and share this video with someone else. Maybe on your Twitter or Facebook. I'd really appreciate it. I just want to know what is just is thrilling me to death, is knowing that I can just help one person sometimes. So that just, you have no idea how much that means to me, and I'm sure it means something to you too. If you help someone. So, but we have a way of picking ourselves up, and part of that is memory. As far as the forgetting things, the poor memory with adult ADHD and child ADHD, it's bad, but it's a double-edged sword. But also it's there's some good things about it, and a lot of times part of that is we do forget a lot of the failures, little failures maybe, and we also forget sometimes when people are nasty to us, and sometimes when people are bitter to us. If we care about them, people with ADHD, a lot of times, adult ADHD have big hearts a lot of times. Really big hearts. And so a lot of times we forget times that people were nasty to us. Instead, we remember good times more, or we continue to love somebody in our heart. That doesn't mean we follow through and care about them like we want to, or we consistently should. but the caring part and the loving part is there. Is it just me? You know, there's times where someone will be nasty to me, and I just don't remember it, you know? I mean, especially if it's someone I love, if it's a loved one, you know, I just don't. I mean, I might remember a quote, a bad experience, but not like, you know, oh, they said this 5 years ago, you know. I don't remember what someone said, you know, 3 days ago, let alone years ago. So anyway, comment on this, give me your thoughts, and, you know, like the video if you know, if I'm making any sense to you. If I'm not, tell me. Say, yeah, no, that video was a dud. Well, you don't have to say it publicly, but, you know, but please, like I said, share it, comment, like it. Thank you so much. And I got a couple other ideas. I'm going to share another video or two really soon. I promise, because there's one or two things on my mind that can really help us. And I also want to share what Adderall, I take Adderall sometimes. And, well, not sometimes. That's what I take for ADHD right now. And I want to just share its effects on me. All right, take care.